Hello, everyone. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the awesome Tanex Live 16 2020, and we're going to discuss the Philippine market updates. So, yesterday evening, actually, a lot of your cruise liners, your airlines went up. So, there was news that there was a COVID-19 patient that was treated successfully by Moderna. And so we are getting into the later stages of actually a successful production of a COVID vaccine. And with that, the market, of course, rallied. Specifically in US, you could see that a lot of genetic-related technologies went up. So there were a few penny stocks. This went up from about $3 to $10. That in a day, in a day. Like, of course, Moderna, which was the headline news. Let me show to you. Moderna was up 10% last night and fell, of course, at the close. People are taking profit. But what you should understand is that since 2020, this went from about 19 to about 80. So that's a 4x move. So definitely, people are happy about these vaccines. We have seen airlines like Delta Airlines rally. Now you might wonder, why am I discussing these U.S. airlines? So you could see Delta Airlines had a buy signal here. You could see that Boeing Airlines also, Boeing company also had a buying signal here. So you have a buy here and then another buy here. So definitely because of that, your Philippines is also being bought. So actually, like we had a buy area here as well at 2677, and it's actually translating here now in your Philippine market. So here in the Philippine market, take a look at your PSEI. You're up 2%, 131 points. A recovery from yesterday's really bad move. So you could see that from an index standpoint. Let's see. So your market value today is not huge. It's just 3.6 billion, but you could see that everything was mostly up. So PSEI was up, all shares were up, financials were up, industrials were up, holdings were up, properties were up. So that tells you that people were bargain hunting, because after like maybe 2 to 3 weeks of falling down, at least we have one day of going up. So let's see the charts right now. You could see that for your top gainers, Bloomberry is now up 12%. This is a huge change from yesterday's downtick of Bloomberry. Take note of what happened with Bloomberry. It was sold down yesterday at 750 all the way down to about 660, with yesterday's casinos rising because of the potential reopening theme. All of these rooting for humanity stocks are going up. So when you talk about rooting for humanity, you're talking about the airlines, the cruise lines, the casinos. Just for perspective, this is what happened to some casinos abroad. This was 20% up, like 18% up for Penn National Gaming. Boyd Gaming was up like 20% as well, from about 18 to 21. So you could see that yesterday, even a few of your restaurants, I'll discuss this all in the global markets, have actually started being picked up. Even like your department stores, like Nordstrom was up. See that? Like there was an uptick. Macy's was up as well. So there's a breakout. It could actually go to 8 and 9 tonight. So what I'm saying is that the US has rotated to the value names. So we had a lot of growth stocks go up, and I saw that there was rotation happening. Definitely, the COVID vaccine made people more bullish in the value picks, whether it be airlines, whether it be banks. But I would also explain why banks were being bought. Like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan both had good earnings results. So Goldman Sachs is, of course, a higher move, higher low. It's not like the airlines, which are just down here. So you could see that it depends on the bank. But definitely, I am happy to say that because the Philippines is a bad stock, it's considered a bad stock. Definitely, country-wise, Philippines is considered a loser. So right now, because of that Moderna vaccine, all these losers are now becoming bought up by the market, whether you're an airline, whether you're a casino, whether you're a Philippine country with a traditional business. So basically, the traditional businesses had some love yesterday. And that translated to your gains today. You could see that trading globally actually helps you to trade in the Philippines. You could see that, yes, the foreign net selling continues, 640 million, but even if they were selling, you had a lot of gainers. Let's see what happened. So you've got Bloomberry up 12%. That's a casino play. You've got first gen renewable energy, 6% up. Renewable energy, what we have been discussing in the US was actually Sunrun and SunPower. I'm just going to show you what's happened so that you have perspective on the market, Philippines and then global. You could see the moves. So yeah, like this Sunrun, we have seen those buy-ups like 21, now it's about 35, so it's about 70% run. This is a solar power play. We discussed a lot of this in our classes. Let me show to you the Philippine equivalent. So the Philippine equivalent is there's not much. We don't have like a lot of place in the Philippines. I'll be very few. So the only alternative for the renewable energy is FGen. So take a look what happened to FGen. So FGen from 22 now to 23.7. This shows to you that this is a strong buy signal. So ibig sabihin, if FGen goes down to 23 tomorrow, you can actually buy. At the very least, I think that you can at least continue the momentum upwards. Now, let's take a look at some winners. Okay, it says here, Mega World Property, 5% up. Generally speaking, properties abroad, I don't really follow because I don't like the sector. So I only follow department stores, and I told you like some retail outlets were up, like Nordstrom, Macy's were up. So yeah, in a sense, your department stores in the Philippines would be your SM Prime, your Mega World. So you could see that they up. Okay, see up a bit. SM Prime is up a bit. Mega World is up a bit. Ayala Land is up a bit. Little, very small. Okay, so not an outperformer, but at least up. MPI is up 5%. So MPI in the Philippines is your hospitals, diba? You've got hospitals, you've got infrastructure. The nice thing about this is that after a strong wave, we actually saw MPI rally again. So from 320, it has a support at 320. Now it's 330. Prior high here was 3 pesos. So that 3 pesos, and the one I like about this is that at the very least, it managed to recover a recovery from 2 pesos to nearing 4 pesos. That tells you that this is a higher low. So even if Metro Pacific will go down to 317 or 297, I can tell you that you have at least, if you bought today at 330, you can buy more if it falls to 3 pesos. So I'm not saying that it will definitely go up, but even if it falls, at the very least, you have a little downside, 10% downside, but higher upside. So risk reward is good, favorable for you. Of course, MPI owns what? Like MPI owns your Meralco, and Meralco here is sitting at 260. You could see that any drops to 250 is actually a good opportunity to buy. That is a stable company, and it gives dividends. So Pure Gold, of course, this is a good thing. It rallied to 49, then it fell again to 48. A lot of people are still skeptical whether we can have a momentum breakout. To be honest, it's very hard to see that breakouts are happening in the Philippines because I agree, we have very few stable names. However, with Pure Gold, the cash flows are there, the valuations are there. It's not expensive. It's just 15 times multiple, even if you're buying at 46. So I'd say that maybe you can have an upside of 54. That said, you might be computing, if I'm going to just make about that much, I'll just wait. It's okay to wait because I understand that people want 50% upsides. So wait, wait lang. Okay, so so there. Let's take a look at some of the issues that you have. So you've got GD Capital of 4%. So these are your traditional firms. So, but I was saying that GT Cap, Toyota, what people don't understand is that Toyota, all of these like large companies sell about 10 million cars a year. They aren't really so stupid to get for their market shares to be eaten by your Teslas, meaning they do have their electric vehicle component. For those who aren't aware, Toyota owns Grab, a little bit of Grab. They have a stake there. Toyota owns BYD 1211, which is actually an advanced electric vehicle in its own right. It's actually already happening with autonomous vehicles in China. So what I'm saying is that if GT Cap is the distributor of Toyota, I can assure you that let's say in the 10 years or 15-year format, let's say we're talking about 2040, GT Cap will remain there. It's not going to go bankrupt. So the people selling off these companies are not also thinking about the valuation of the Philippine economy. Like you have to ask yourself, what's the earnings of a company such as GT Cap or a Metro Bank? So I'm actually happy to tell you that after falling from 520 down to about 430, 440, some minds actually maybe thought, hey, I have some money. I want to buy something valuable in the Philippines, and if I cannot buy Ayala Corp or SM at a huge discount, would a GT cap actually be good enough for me? And I'd say that the answer there is yes. Traditional businesses will not die. You can talk about like the COVID pandemic disrupting the entire business. Yes, I agree with that, but they will recover in time. Sure, maybe you'd say it's about 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, 60 months. It's gonna take time, doesn't mean 6 days. I agree. So in the meantime, you better trade it. You have a range. So your range here is you've got a lot of supports near 380 and 400. 450 looks to be supported. But what's your reward? Okay, in the short term, your reward is 500, 550. But in the longer term, yes, I do agree, 600, 650, 700. You're going to say that it's going to take a long time. I didn't say that it's going to be fast. Well, let's look at the market. Of course, your URC, Ayala Corp. So they were up a bit. Okay, so let's take a look at your consumer names. So URC, we're saying 120, 115. That's a good area to buy. So people who got in at 120 yesterday are up a bit, 122. Now you might say, I was still waiting at 115. I didn't get hit. Okay, you might still post your 115, but it's also possible that yesterday was the low at 119, such that you can also buy today at 122. So the important thing about trading is never to assume that you're perfect. Because if you always assume that you're perfect in buying, perfect in selling, you can never achieve your dreams because nobody is perfect, and you'll realize that at least in a day or two. So yeah, so that's one of the things that you have to know. Now, how about what's happening in the mining sector? Okay, Nickel Asia, you could see higher low, higher low, higher low. So right now, it didn't fall down to 180. That's actually a good thing. The higher lows the company makes, the better off that it can reverse. So this is a good thing. 140, 180, $2. At least it bounced at $2, right? 196, now it's 206. So where will this go? So I think that personally, because nickel is a necessity for your Chinese components, for your electric vehicles, for your lithium-ion batteries, for your battery storage chargers, in the future, yes, Nickel Asia will continue to sell nickel to China and to other countries. Therefore, sure, it can go, long term, I'd say that maybe $2 can actually go $3. So any drops here would actually be bought. These are a few of the beneficiaries of a secular world that goes into the electrification of the world. Now, if you want electric vehicles, electric it's not in the Philippines. We discuss this a lot in global, and we've been making money in the electric space, electrification space, whether it be in the solar panels, solar installers, micro inverters, electric vehicles, battery makers, battery storage, lithium miners. You can make a lot of money in a lot of sectors, but you have to understand that they all work hand in hand. Nickel Asia is actually a beneficiary, but it's not like the major component in your electric batteries, your battery storage. Nevertheless, the fact that it is a component, I think, is one reason why it is participating in a rally. Now you might say, well, gold is going up. Why is it that Philippine stocks aren't going up when it comes to gold? Well, this is an example of a U.S. company, GAU, Gallardo Gold. To take note that 110 went to 180, so right now it's taking profits. But what's happening in your Philippines? Apex Mining, okay? Apex Mining went from 50 cents, now it's 130. So that's 3x, 300%. Of course, not yet 300%. It hasn't gone to $1.50, 1 peso 50 cents. But I'd say that this is one of the names that has momentum. I would say that people who want a strong correlation to gold can actually participate in Apex Mining. Now, you might say, but I'm late. It's 120. Can I still buy this? Okay, it's a bit late. Maybe we can enter at 114, 127. What you do here is that you try to cost average. Because if it's going to go higher, it's going to go higher. Where is your cut loss? Well, number one, if you allocate maybe 5% of your portfolio here, you might as well cut it at 20% down. You lose 1% of your portfolio. Does that mean that if I have 100,000 pesos at only 5,000 pesos, then that's nonsense, right? You might say 5% is too small. Okay, if it's a small account, make it a 10% allocation, 10,000 or 15,000. So you can allocate 5%, 10%, 15%, depending on your size of your portfolio. So if the portfolio is, let's say, 500,000, then you can allocate 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. That would be 75,000 pesos for your Apex Mining. it will allow you to wait if it goes down, if it goes up. At the very least, you can actually consider those allocation procedures for your portfolio. Okay, what else can we discuss? Okay, on the downside, you've got Jollibee going down, but okay, let's explain. So on the downside, Jollibee is going down, but I don't think that this is a problem. Any dips here is a good thing to enter a position. You might say, but Jollibee has a lot of global problems. They have that acquisition of Smash Burger. They have that acquisition of Coffee Bean. But to me, whatever you can say, it's actually priced in. At 110, this managed, even with a 2 billion peso quarterly loss, it managed to go 151. Why? It's because Jollibee has proven that they can be a bida in safety and in precaution. So and also they managed to get $600 million easily from a global bond offering, 3.5% yield. So say what you can, but I think that this is just a trading range. 110 is a good buy, 150 is a good sell. Maybe you'd say, but it doesn't go 110, it doesn't go 120. Sure, you wait. Maybe you buy 133, 123, 113. Buy as low as you can. We don't know if it will fall that low, but you have to allocate your buys. When it goes down, you buy. What happened with the banks in the Philippines? Okay, the banks at the very least have actually started to go up finally, right? So BDO, after hitting 89, managed to go 92. Can it go to 110, 116? I still think that's a yes. So for those who have been waiting for when is the signal for me to buy my BDO if I have high prices, so you finally have your buy. So let's assume, let's say you got in here at about 100 because you got faked out because this was buying signal 2 at 98 or 99. It's okay. It rallied to 101. You didn't sell, of course. Like who sells for a 2% gain? So it goes down, you buy again. So you're probably averaging at about 95. So you wait, goes up. What's going to happen? Okay, Metro Bank, what do you do? So you first have a buy signal again here. So you buy today, 36. Maybe you'd say, 36.7. I bought here at 38. Do I still have to average down there? No need. If you don't want to average, it's okay. Where will you sell your Metro Bank? Okay, you sell it here at about 40 and 42. So you buy low, you sell high. What's going to happen with the other banks? Okay, you've got Metro Bank, you've got BPI. Let's take a look at your BPI. The BPI is consolidating, doesn't have a huge range, so at about 69, so you might want to wait lower. You've got selling at pressure at 78. But if you want to buy at 70, that's also okay, as long as you can buy at 66 or 64. Take a look at your big guys like conglomerates, AC. Okay, this is a healthy consolidation. A healthy consolidation can take it even to 680 or 720. But I would say that these drops are good. Maybe you want to buy it now at 745. It's also okay as long as you can buy low again. With when you think about it, if I buy, let's say 740, where can I sell? Obviously, you can see that your reward is a little small here at 810. So you might actually opt to go lower and wait lower so that you have a better risk-reward ratio. That's also possible. Same for XM. So the thing about these leaders is that you don't have a lot of upside. You don't have a lot of downside, so it's probably steady there. With steady eddies, you could see what happened. Your Globe, your PLDT, it's steady. So if you're buying at 2066 or near 2000, yes, you have a selling pressure at 22, 23. It's going to take you a while, but the dividends are coming every quarter for Globe. Telephone is, sorry, it's not every quarter. Is it? No. Yeah, for Globe, it's every quarter. PLDT is every semi-annual, 2 times. So for PLDT, as you could see, people are starting to take profit here, the 1.4, 1.3. But I would say that people who got in 1.2 below will still hold their shares, or they might flip it. It's also possible. Instead of getting their dividends, they're gonna flip it now at 1.360, hoping for a drop in the next coming months for them to get back in at 1.2. So that's actually a way to make money in PLDT. Instead of like collecting your dividends, some people would sell before the dividends because they know that these buyers are waiting for the dividends. At 1.4, they sell even if it goes 1.5, 1.6. And of course, they bought 1.2, 1.1. So a lot of people who hold PLDT knows that it's a stable company with cash flow. So you could see that this usually for utilities, you have about 20% range. So 20 to 50% range. This was an anomaly for you to be able to buy it below 1,000. So that was just a lucky thing for the people who got in below 1,000. What's the point? Okay, so like Manila Water, let's discuss this. So utilities, right? So utilities, yes. This was the Duterte thing, and then there was the apology, and so the apology translated to a rise. Okay, so this is a sustainable uptrend. I would agree with that. You have a lot of selling pressure right now at 14, but I would say that this is a potential just 20 to 30% range. So your downside for Manila Water, I don't think you can get it at 10. You can actually just get it at 12. So 12 to 15, that's a 3 peso range. Buy near 12, buy near 13, sell near 14, 15. So you can actually make some money in those stable eddies, like steady eddies. There. At the very least, I'm happy to share that the Philippines has tried to recover. The sad part here, of course, is that ABS-CBN now is officially their franchise was not renewed. So I'm sad about the employees and how that's happening. But yeah, so we'll see about that. So there. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you again. And hope to see you on our global market update later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.